Yeah, start at 8:40.
Yo, welcome to GameSide Chat. I'm your host, Austin Huff. Along with me today, we have Alex Broughton.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Not much, man.
What?
And then along with me and Alex, the other half of me, Michael Huff.
Howdy, howdy. How's it going, dude?
Doing well, man. So
Good to be here.
It's good to be here. It's been a minute. You guys have both been on the show before. This is making a comeback. You know,
Yeah.
we have a new crew. Alex officially a member. Welcome, Alex.
Yo, thank you. Yep, I'm here. Finally, I made
Finally.
a stamp.
Yo, you are an unpaid intern, is what we're gonna call
Yeah.
you.
Yes, I'm the unpaid intern. Here we go.
There we
He's our
go.
professional we brought in for sure.
For sure.
He
He's
has
the
very
Photoshop
good
master.
viewpoint. He keeps us grounded.
Not even.
I love it.
Stay on the ground, boys. Another person we have on the show is Chris. He's unfortunately unable to make it. He's feeling under the weather. He is actually down on the bottom right there with his opinion about Loki there.
Hi, Chris.
Thanks for coming along, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
So
Loki sucks.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching again. Just make sure you can check out us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many other, and of course YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about the MCU Multiverse happening right now. Spoilers if you haven't watched Loki. To kind of get this ball rolling a little bit, I want to just ask everyone what's their favorite Marvel movie real quick, and make sure to leave a comment and tell us what your favorite Marvel movie is. So Alex, real quick, what's your favorite Marvel movie so the viewers can kind of get to know you a little bit better?
Okay, well,
This defines you.
this defines me apparently,
There's
but
no going back.
okay, then
Can
I'm going
I
to
ask a
say.
question before he answers?
Michael, you.
Okay. Thank you. So does technically the Spider-Man Marvel movies count if they're made by Sony?
We'll count them. Well, because it's any Marvel movie
Okay.
that's ever come out.
That's all I had to ask.
That's all you need to know.
I think my favorite Marvel movie so far. It's really I can't really. I've never been the person to say my favorite is because I like
But you
I
have
like
to.
them all, but I have to. So I'm
Yes, you
gonna
have
say
to.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. That's a
The
go-to.
reason why, and it's not Endgame, it's not Civil War, it's not. Infinity War is what the reason why the 10 years since I was 12 years old, what it all came to be in fruition. Like literally, like when Iron Man. I mean, you got Spider-Man, Sony, like you were talking about, Fantastic Four, the old movies, X-Men, old movies. I mean, those were amazing growing up, but to finally see it all just like finally begin where we get to see everybody throughout the time of 10 years span finally come together. Yeah, that's my favorite movie.
I love. It's so good when you see the clips of that movie on TikTok. And it's when Spider-Man and Tony Stark and Star-Lord meet for the first time.
When they're all
He's
arguing
like-
on the ship.
Everybody says, he goes, bring me to your master. Or who do you serve?
Who's
What
your
master
master?
do you serve?
Am I supposed to say Jesus?
He's like, where's
Yeah.
Gamora? What's
Oh, man.
Gamora? I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh.
that movie, I think, just out of all the time that I think of everything, all my years, everything like that. I mean, I haven't even been alive that long, but just that movie alone, just, mwah.
Leaving that theater just like
Oh
A new man.
man.
in despair.
Oh, and not even in a happy way of leaving that theater. No,
He
you
hated
you
it.
felt, yeah,
He
you
felt
hate
defeated.
to love it. You felt defeated.
Do you
Oh.
remember what happened to us, Austin?
I remember you walked into the theater and you were like, "Hey, I heard Spider-Man dies," and I was like, "What? Who told you that?" And then it actually happened. I was like, "There's no way that's right," and it happened. I was like, "Wow, someone really spoiled that movie for us."
Yeah, we were like the second showing. So we were waiting.
Oh, that's
People were leaving and they were like, "Oh no, we're devastated." And I'm like, what do you that doesn't happen.
oh,
in
that
these movies.
sucks. Oh
Well,
yeah.
I didn't believe it. I
Right. Well,
still
they're
didn't
all
believe
good. Yeah, I know, right?
because I was
No,
like,
but-
that doesn't happen. These heroes don't die. Like that's what we learned up to
That's
that.
the.
Imagine Marvel actually did that. They're like, "We have the rights to him. All right, dead. No more.
Yeah, right.
Take him from
And think
Sony's
about it.
hands."
All the Marvel movies, everybody was screaming, applauding at every end of almost every end of every Marvel movie. But this one alone just left everyone speechless at the very end. Like literally, like everybody was hesitant to clap.
And the
Yeah,
music at the
how
end.
crazy it was. Yeah.
the Russo brothers, they should have really won an award for both of those movies because
Yeah.
at the end of Avengers and it kind of like they turn into dust, right? The letters, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
an Endgame where they do the 5 years later. Like,
yeah, that was,
can I pick?
that was
I'm gonna pick Endgame for mine.
Endgame. That's a
And
good one.
Endgame is
I,
good.
I feel like it's such an easy like thing to say.
Yeah.
And I think we'll all kind of agree that it was just a lot of emotions
Yeah.
for such a nerdy thing that is not real. It really, like, I was in a movie theater full of grown men and women and children and old people alike of all different races and colors and shapes and sizes cheering for Captain America to beat the crap out of Thanos with that hammer and
Heck yeah.
crying when Tony died. Like, the whole theater was in tears. I remember Brandon, he was just freaking out with Black Panther. Like, it was just a good time. All that was great.
So much
I
fan
think-
service, but for all the right reasons too.
There
It
is, I'll tell you guys, I'm gonna say this right now. There's never gonna be that much build up towards a movie ever
No.
again in any movie. That is what 23 movies in the making.
Yeah.
There's never gonna be something with that satisfying. I tell everyone that like it
at
was
least
amazing.
not for a long time, and it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to do that for a long time.
So on that note, we shall move on. I just want to say
You
real
have to
quick.
pick a movie real quick, and it can't be one
You
of
have
our
to.
movies. You have to pick.
Well, it would be Endgame, but that's too easy. So I was gonna say Winter Soldier. That's my favorite one. Captain America getting back his old friends, bringing him back to the good side. Oh, got
Oh,
bumpers.
you're a Bucky groupie.
Yeah. And so yeah,
Is that your doggy?
yeah, he is being he wants to get out of his cage. He hears his aunt.
Does he keep? You keep the dog in your room?
Oh yeah,
All right, let him out, bro.
yeah, we gotta let him out. So
Alex,
What?
Alex,
go
Yes.
ahead and
what are you playing right now, bro?
What am I playing right now? So I have been getting a lot into Sea of Thieves. First of all, thanks to my lovely wife, I got an Xbox
Oh wow,
Series X. Yeah. For our anniversary. Oh man.
Did she get it herself?
She
That
was. You know what? It was funny because for a while she would, I'm playing games or whatever, I'm doing whatever, and she's like looking all stressed out because those things are hard to get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's wrong? And so it's like she can't tell me what's going on. Part of me thinks I think I know what she's doing, but then again I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I know other things in life. I know she was stressed out about, but and then when we finally had our anniversary, I was like, oh no way. Did you actually? I'm like, now I know. Now I know.
Yeah, bro.
So
That was a good one.
yeah, I love it.
It was a good
And
one.
so, I appreciate her so much. So now Sea of Thieves, yeah, I've been like
You
going
even
out.
is that what your T-shirt is?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I was like, favorite game. I was like, I knew we're probably gonna think about that question. I was like, yes. So
Pretty
far,
sick shirt.
yeah. Oh man, dude, I just can't get enough of it. And I know they didn't start great in the beginning, but like with this new update, Pirate's Life with Jack Sparrow, everything. Oh,
That sounds cool to me. I saw that at E3 and I was like, I love those movies.
yeah. Oh yeah. I love them, and so and I've played like Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I've played all those other games where they had kind of like pirate themes to them, but
Yeah.
this is just like you get the full experience.
So what is the gameplay loop like? If you were to break it down, like simple, but in a couple minutes,
Simple.
what is the gameplay like?
So basically, if you like to, and I know people don't really like to grind to get up, but
No,
this
that's
think of the
taking me-
think of the grind in this sense where it's rewarding, where you can technically go about it in your own way, and you're still gonna get rewarded regardless of knowing that you have to grind for something. You're still gonna have fun. You can do, you can, whether it be through taking on other people, whether it be through just finding different adventures, different themes, and different missions you've never seen before, and doing it with your friends. It's fun. It's gonna be the best. You do it by yourself, you still can have fun if you really like that kind of stuff. But I
Are
would
we-
say just the plain old, grind for the treasure. If you like that theme of pirates, this game knows how to do it well.
Are we talking about the
And
Booty Boys?
Booty boys.
The Booty Boys? Has
Wait,
Alex
no.
told you about our nickname when we go
Not
hunting for
yet.
treasure?
I'm
No,
waiting for you. I'm waiting for
We're-
I
you.
doubt he
We're
was
the
gonna
Booty
even say
Boys.
that on air, bro. I don't think he was gonna mention it. Not gonna lie.
we
We're
go
like,
we gotta go
we're
find
like,
that treasure.
oh,
You
gotta
know?
get that booty. Oh man.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
And it's just funny. There's so many times we just had these fun little, and there's some little things that you can do in the game that just kind of makes it surreal and kind of just gives you a laugh. And so it's really not just about getting the,
Social game.
yeah, it's very
you
social.
social game. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's cool. I
if
need
you're
to
into
try it.
that, I say get into it, try it out. If you don't like
I
it,
don't have an
you know,
Xbox though.
oh, well,
There's
I
that.
say that's the next big thing.
You can do it.
Yeah, well, with Halo maybe.
Yes.
Mike, you been
Infinite.
playing anything?
What?
You been playing anything, Mike?
Me? Yes. So even though I haven't been playing online with you guys, I have been playing Hades every day. At first I was like, Have you guys both heard of Hades? You guys know what it's like or not really?
Roguelike.
Kind of,
you
but
die, you start
it
over,
doesn't
right?
take a Google search to find out what it is.
So it's a roguelike in the way to where like where you technically when you die you start over.
Oh, I heard some good reviews on this game. This game
yeah,
got a
like-
lot of good reviews.
Yeah. So the reason why I realized why that game got really good reviews is because the gameplay is very addicting and it really does incentivize you to keep playing over and over again. Even though you would think you die, you start over, that's kind of lame. I don't like games like that normally.
Yeah.
But it really has a lot of customization and it really lets you play the way you want to play. And I thought I would play it. You know, I haven't had a lot of times for games lately, and I have put like 40 hours in this game because it's on Switch. Just
Oh, nice.
at lunch. Yeah, at
Yeah,
lunch
just
at work.
portable. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I got my coworker on it. He loves it. He's 30 hours in. And I know my friend
Wow.
Jace plays it. Yeah, like
I'll
it was
have to
one of
check it
those.
out.
It won Game of the Year a lot last year over a lot of these big games.
Yeah, I know it did, and I was just like, but I know it's a top down, so you're just kind of like. But I played like other games like similar to top down. I don't mind top down, but
I know what you mean. And so I was even like 10 hours in, I was kind of like, you know what? I think I'm over this, honestly. And I don't even think I was going to beat it. I'm like, it's hard, but then it clicked. Something clicked. And the grind became enjoyable to where each time you get to the end, you get more story and you have to beat 7 times to get to like the real ending. And I'm totally only one win away from it. So and then I know I'm playing God of War too. But anyways, Austin, what have you been playing?
Yo, Skyward Sword. Oh my god. Oh, that game is amazing. I love it so
this
far.
guy with Skyward Sword.
Dude.
I like Breath of the Wild, but
Skyward Sword, it's almost like a direct tie into Breath of the Wild. Is the thing though. So, like, I didn't know that they like. Okay, when you start it, it's like very much a love story. I'm like, all right, well, weird. But then you finally start getting into like the gameplay.
Why is it weird?
what?
Because I'm like, man, this is really lovey-dovey, and like they're really going. I mean,
Well, that's true because typically
I
those
am
games
sad.
don't really, even though you know that there's like a relationship vibe going on, they're not really like pretty focused on that.
They don't
Yeah.
talk about it.
They
No.
don't talk about
But
it.
it's amazing. Well, I thought I already beat it because you gather like 3 tablets and like stone tablets and you throw them in and like I completed the puzzle and I was like, oh, all right, well it's done. No, it's like I'm halfway done. So like there's plenty in there too to really get your attention.
Yeah.
It's awesome so far.
I've watched the YouTube cinematic videos 'cause I always like to just because if I know I'm not ever, I don't know if I ever play. I like to watch the story play out on YouTube whenever they upload it. And
Yeah.
it is cool. It is a game I wish I would have played when I did have the Wii U at the time,
Yeah.
but still.
It was on the Wii. That's how long
Or the
ago.
Wii, that's right.
Yeah.
I played Twilight Princess during that around that time, and that game was to me was my favorite Zelda game at the time.
Dude, I've never played Twilight Princess.
I want to play Wind Waker really bad.
Dude, Wind Waker is so
Wind
good.
Waker was
I wanna play that.
complicated. I like it, but I got trapped. I got stuck in that prison level.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows about the prison level.
I think you were young then, because that's not a hard part to pass
Well,
as an adult.
Maybe I don't know.
'Cause I played it a couple years ago. No, but you know how Zeldas are though, right? I get
yeah. But
I
look
get-
it up too. Look it up when you have a chance. And I think I could have sworn that was actually one of the levels that people actually they had a I don't know if they updated or anything, but I know people had like a hard time.
I say that, but I say that in the day with internet, I probably looked up how to get where I needed to go in a puzzle or
Probably,
something,
yeah.
you know, and I'm like, oh, it was
I
easy. And it,
couldn't. I did that for the what do you call it, the water dungeon level in Twilight Princess, and yeah, I think everybody does it in the some dungeon.
yeah, I do it in a lot of them. I have no shame. I have no shame.
I'm gonna be checking on that dog the whole episode. I swear, my dad
Fine.
instincts are
We
kicking
didn't
in.
even notice you were gone, to be honest.
Oh yeah, thanks. All right, so let's go get
Glorious
into it,
shot.
boys. Let's get into the main topic of the show is the MCU Multiverse. So as you guys may have saw from Loki, we are getting the one and only multiverse. This all started with Sylvie and Loki going into the land. I don't know, the land after time is what I'm gonna call it. And they met He Who Remains, and we all know who that was. Kang the
King the
Conqueror.
Conqueror.
Da, da, da. And it's already been hinted that Kang's gonna be in, Ant-Man Quantumania, which, like we just didn't know how that would happen, and what, like, I didn't really think that he was going
Kind
to
of
be.
kind of like a Thanos and Guardians type of deal.
Yeah, he's gonna be definitely the next of Thanos. So there's plenty of theories, meaning like going on with regarding Kang being in Ant-Man Quantumania also. So we'll have to see what that all ties out and what it means. So let's get into it. So what does this mean? What is the
Can we cut the
multiverse?
crap? Can
Let's
we
cut the crap. Cut the crap.
and talk about how we hope that Spider-Man
Look,
that we hope all the Spider-Mans are going to be together?
I'm not saying we put it into existence about a year ago, but we did. And speaking of that, by the way, by the time that this episode comes out, it's gonna be our 1 year anniversary of GameSide Chat. I forgot that.
Yeah, but it's that deal of like, is it really an anniversary if you were broken up for 6 months?
We weren't broken up. We were broken up. I still saw you the whole time.
Not broken up, but
The show had a good break, so you have to be a little. You have to wait.
It's
The
like when
show
there's
went
that
on.
couple, and it's
This
like,
is
yo,
literally the
it's
show
your
had to
anniversary.
get resuscitated, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm celebrating my anniversary right now. Like, hey guys.
Yeah.
No,
So-
you know what? I even have a, you know how Instagram has their when you save a save a post, keeps it all on this. I have literally a file of I named it debunked because all these stupid rumors on my explore page keep coming up of Spider-Man, we got the rumors for the new Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, everybody's in LA now. That means they're filming. It's like, really? Or like when they say trailer coming out tomorrow or whatever. Really? So I put it in there. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the debunked
So,
list. And
you're
literally,
serious?
I
You really
do
did
it just because for the satisfaction that I can go in the comment section and watch people say, ha, ha, never happened, never happened. Because you know what? I think we've come to an age now where Marvel movies, everybody's trying to theorize what's going to be the next thing when they can't just enjoy the next big thing. And I granted,
Right.
here we are. We're going to theorize. We're going to talk about it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But now it's become a thing where the internet has just blown out of proportions. Think of it. Think about WandaVision. That I think was prime one, the expectation. And so, like when we thought about Thanos when we first saw him, the different perspective now is we know Kang's gonna be around. So it's like, okay, I want to have that same build up like Thanos did. I want to see the same thing with Kang.
Chasing
So
yeah.
that's why I think this whole thing is we'll see. But yeah. I'm like,
So
I'm putting
you're
all these
saying-
debunks.
You're saying that we're counting our chickens before they hatch, is what you're saying.
Oh, so many times have we done that. So many times have it's been true. But
Look,
you know
not
what?
for
It is
Marvel.
still fun. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I hate it, but it's just one of those things where it's like I think we kind of forget the build up. We forget
Yeah.
that build up to get to the
I
big
think
thing.
The
And I think that's
build-up-
gonna hurt this next phase of the MCU. So if we could just if people could just realize, let's wait.
Take it
let's
easy.
wait.
Well, let's think of the
Yeah.
facts before we talk
Yeah.
about the debunks. Let's talk about the facts about the next Spider-Man.
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
It comes out in 4 months.
No
there has
trailer.
not
No,
been-
and no trailer.
yet.
Everybody's even saying now, oh well, explains why the no trailer. I'm like, ha ha. Oh my god.
It doesn't make any sense though, right? What is the explanation for this?
Because it would
Spoilers.
say too much.
Yep.
Spoilers.
But
It
I
was
What
think
could
they've
that
already
possibly mean?
said Spider-Verse.
Why would anybody care if it was not Spider-Verse? That's all I'm asking. I'm asking for somebody give me another reason why they wouldn't do this so I can get my hopes down.
There's
Why-
been too
why-
many leaks, man. Too. It has to be Spider-Verse.
Well, and here's the thing: Marvel has already done it with Infinity War, starting with Infinity. Well, they could have done it in the past, but they've already started where it's like they make their own trailers separate from the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to
So
make it look
it's
like Mysterio and
oh
Spider-Man were
yeah,
gonna
they
team up.
could definitely make it to where we're like, oh, this is gonna be the movie, and people are gonna theorize and run with that. Now, is it gonna hurt them? Is it gonna be like, well, actually, technically, we are going with the Spider Verse, but now we just hurt ourselves because we put them in the wrong direction? I don't know. I think people are gonna be more excited if they do that though.
Yeah.
But if they don't show a trailer, then that's gonna be. I don't. They have to show a trailer soon
Okay.
because if they don't, it's gonna hurt. This. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. It'd be kind of,
So
hey, let's cool
let's
down.
break this. Let's break it down this way. Okay. If the Spider-Man movies are made by Sony, right? They
Yeah.
get the profit. And the other
Oh,
Spider-Man movies are made by Sony. So technically, if it's ever gonna happen, it would be in a Spider-Man movie because they actually own those prior properties. They wouldn't just throw um, Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man if it was a Marvel movie, but it's a Sony movie. I mean, just saying, it's possible.
Well, he's rumored to be in the Doctor Strange movie. Is another thing
Well,
because that's where it all starts.
they're all rumored. That's the thing.
Well,
That's
no,
debunk
true.
stuff is that they're all rumored.
Yeah, but it's multiverse of madness. So maybe Doctor Strange's movie is like, all right, let's try to fix the multiverse.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man movie is like kind of a little side. It might not have big implications to the MCU, which would be fine because we could deal with Spider-Man stuff, and that would be awesome. Because I'll tell you what, boys. Yesterday, my kids wanted to watch a Spider-Man movie, and they had the old Spider-Man movies on Stars, so I watched Spider-Man 2 yesterday, the Sam
Ooh.
Raimi one.
Yeah.
Yo, that movie's a masterpiece.
For sure. It
It
if
good.
in the time, like the subway scene, that's insane. That was like yeah.
No.
With Doc
First
Ock
time.
too. Yeah.
It was amazing, and I think that if they're gonna bring, I mean, obviously these characters like Doc Ock who played him, and you got who was it, Electro, who's coming supposedly into the MCU.
So here's the theory. They're gonna make the Sinister. I think they're gonna make the Sinister Six in that
Well,
movie.
yes,
Like
if they do,
Sinister
Yeah.
Six versus the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man. They're gonna get Andrew, Toby, find Miles Morales, and I think that's what's gonna happen.
What
but then
about-
where does Doctor Strange come in? Where does
Doctor Strange, he could be like a post-credit scene or something. Who knows?
No, because his job is to protect the realms, and just like remember in Endgame, where where Hulk, where Banner went to the bald lady. What's her name?
They,
Sorcerer Supreme.
so there you go.
Okay, he went to Sorcerer Supreme, and she was explaining the problem with that. That's why she didn't want to go along with it. So the similar situation. Doctor Strange is that person. He is Sorcerer Supreme, right? So if if it's all gonna happen, it's gonna be his job to put it back. And I think that's where he clicks into all this.
that could be a thing, and I think that honestly, from how things have been going so far, I'm going to go back to the whole what is it, Mephisto train, where I think that we might be putting it too far in, where maybe there will be cameos or they'll do a Ralph Boner situation with these characters.
Oh,
I hope
gosh.
not. I really hope
No.
not.
With the
But
Spider-Man?
with the Spider-Man, what do you
I
think?
know, I mean you're right. That could be
They-
really
oh.
disappointing.
Can we prepare ourselves for that though? I mean, you know what I
Did
mean?
you like
It's
Smallville ever? Do you know what have you ever heard of Smallville?
yeah, but and I know I've heard of the whole bringing all of them the characters together. I don't know if that's where you're going with. But
Yeah, it was a flop, dude. It was like
for the DC CW.
yeah, it was my favorite show growing up, and they were like, "Oh, we're bringing it back for the multiverse, and we're bringing back."
Yeah, I watched it, and I saw how they
blew it.
he still never wore the suit.
Yeah, they blew it. It was worthless. It was like, why did we need this? No, we didn't need to see this.
That's why I'm scared that MCU's. But here's the thing: I have faith in the MCU, but then I had a faith when they brought in Quicksilver.
Right.
And so.
Right.
They've had their. Hey, we can all be honest with ourselves. Marvel, we all know we're all having faith in MCU, but they've had their little. They've had
Marvel-
fun with their writer.
I
with their
trust
writing with some of
Marvel.
these
They can
characters,
do
but,
whatever they want. I'm here for the ride.
I am here for the ride. I think that if they It's obviously it opens the door for the Spider Verse. I'm just gonna say that it
It's
definitely opens the door.
yeah,
So
completely.
some other
Just
universes they
do
could
it.
throw in. Some other universes they could throw in. Maybe some X-Men. Some
Yep.
new or old. I was thinking about
If
that
I could
today.
see Hugh
Hugh
Jackman's
Jackman.
Wolverine in the
Yep.
MCU,
Yep.
a little piece of me dies inside. It'd be great. It'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I
If
mean,
they
the
got
fact
him
that
in.
they've already started Fantastic Four. Granted, they could probably just reboot and start fresh, or they could bring the classics. They can just do a whole thing where you have a universe where they have the classic
Too much hype.
look.
Too much
Would
hype.
it be so cool? Oh,
Have
that'd be so
Captain
cool.
America meet Human Torch and it's the same
Oh
actor,
man.
dude.
And you know what? Chris Evans says if he has to come back, it'll only be because the writing would make sense to the characters. Hey,
And
bring
they
him back as
totally,
Human Torch. You
yeah,
have it
dude.
there in the pudding.
Oh man,
Like, oh,
that'd be
That'd
so
be
sick.
amazing if like the new Captain America saw like saw like Human Torch and be like, "You look familiar." I've never seen you or something like that. You know.
or
Yeah,
like just like they see him, they're like, "Wait, you're Captain," and he's like, "No, I'm you," and he's acting like all childish, and they're like,
Captain
"Oh, that would be
Torch.
amazing." You know that
Mm,
Chris Evans will be going all over with that. Yeah, he'd be acting like the guy from Knives Out if you've seen him in Knives Out. Stall, just whatever.
that's funny.
they they've been trying to go
Yeah.
after this nostalgia thing. Did you guys see the new Space Jam movie?
No, I
Not
heard it did
yet.
not do good though.
They did they tried to do that. So they tried to make like a multiverse for Warner Brothers in that movie. So they brought back like the old Batman and Robin,
Really?
Batman,
Really? That's
and
interesting.
but
In Space Jam?
yeah, and they tried to make Arnold Schwarzenegger like the Mr. Freeze.
No way.
No.
It wasn't
Dr.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Freeze.
and it looked really bad. Like it looked
Ooh.
bad. They should have at least just painted Arnold
I want to
Schwarzenegger.
watch it now. If they're
But
gonna have all
it
that.
does. It's not
I
good
know.
though. Even though I'm yeah.
Everybody says, and we just watched. If you ever watch, our viewers, Drew Gooden is funny to watch.
Hmm.
If you ever watch, he puts up, Space Jam is really not any better than the first one, because if you watch the first one, you keep, oh man, it's oof.
Oof.
But I think it's just, of course, we think of nostalgia, so we think of old stuff being the best,
Yeah.
So.
Y-
But yeah,
It
I'll watch it.
still
I'm
works.
still gonna watch it just to,
There's
I
more
like,
cameos than that. I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
them for you, but
No.
it's worth to see it. But it's not executed well. We could do better. That's how good.
Oh, deal.
It was cringy, but hey, I think Marvel does it better. So
Who would be some other people you'd like to see? I was thinking today, like, what if we saw Daredevil in No Way Home? Is he's like I saw a bunch of posts that was like, what if he's like Spider-Man's lawyer? You know?
yeah.
Maybe like what's some other examples of like
Can I
stuff
throw
you'd want to
something?
see?
Can I throw something crazy that I read?
Throw something crazy out.
Okay. You guys know the What If cartoon, right? It's coming back next week.
Yep.
Or
They're
soon.
making it canon. They're
Okay.
making saying it's canon.
Well,
It's
I mean,
canon.
endless possibilities. Anything could
Yep.
be
Right.
canon now.
So, y'all, I know Alex, you keep your ear to the ground. Tell me if you heard this too. But there was a couple things. Okay. One of the writers for the What If said that he pleaded to Marvel if they would let him make Luke Skywalker an Avenger for one episode.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I did hear that. I don't know why.
That'd be
You know what?
amazing.
Who did it? Somebody thought that they could do that, and they said no. Was it Marvel? It
Yes,
was
it was
Marvel, I
them.
think.
It happened. The conversation happened.
They wanted Luke Skywalker there. I'm like, as cool as that would be, man.
Dude.
Then that would be.
I would
You
be
would
sure.
then make it canon that Star Wars is part of the MCU, and
Right,
MCU.
they could.
Oh, they could. I don't
So
know.
that's what I want to throw out there once Austin gets back is what if, like, it sounds dumb, but what if
What if?
Star Wars mixed with Marvel? It sounds stupid, but if you can think about it,
Why
it
not?
could be awesome.
Make it just like a cartoon episode, like the What If episode, you know?
They're part of a different dimension.
Bring
They're
and let me tell you what I said as soon as I finished watching Loki, and I just screamed in my living room. Anything is possible. They could do anything.
They could do anything. At this point.
Anything.
Anything. They've left the door wide open to do anything that they want. Now, granted, my only conversation, my theory about the Daredevil thing, if you're gonna bring characters like that in No Way Home, who are already established as certain characters, the problem with that compared to the multiverse is that the multiverse you could do whatever you want and say, and as far as giving a reason, oh yeah, they're from a different dimension. Multiverse. But now, when you have a character who's a lawyer to Spider-Man in our MCU universe, now you have to write a story saying, okay, where have you been this whole time, or are you just now becoming Daredevil in this universe? I guess
True.
it comes doing to bringing it back. Well, in this MCU verse, he
Have you
hasn't become
seen
Daredevil yet. I guess you could say it that way.
Have you seen the Daredevil TV show?
Yeah. For
So
Netflix, yeah.
they don't really. They do mention the Avengers once. They do.
It's in the newspaper, right?
It is.
No, they mentioned
No.
it once.
Dude, I heard that they are
In the first
recasting
You're right. No, wait.
Iron Fist.
Wasn't they? They were canon.
They were like going down the canon route, and then
They
they
were.
kind of shifted and stopped talking about it. So
Yeah.
it could just be that he was there because they're pretty
Yeah.
small stories, you know.
And they're, they're
New
not
York's a big
obviously Avengers level threat, so they're like regular heroes fighting in the shadows. And yeah,
what it's
all
supposed
right,
to
then
be.
never mind. I guess they've already kind of did it.
It wouldn't. It would just be like
Like a break,
There it
like
is.
GameSide chat. You know how we have a break? You don't know where we were, and we're here now talking to you guys.
we don't
Here
need to
you
explain
are.
ourselves.
You're subscribing.
we
you're
were
liking.
never gone. It
And
never
here we are.
happened. We didn't
Here I
disappear.
came. You're wondering where have I been? I was never a part of this show, but
You
I
were here.
technically was
He was. He's been here
for the whole time.
The whole
So
time.
here we go. We're back to square one.
Yeah.
GameSide chat, everybody. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell us what you think. What's your favorite Marvel theory coming up? Oh,
So
Yeah.
I see that Austin wrote that Austin thinks that Wanda is gonna be trying to find her kids. Is that what you think, Austin?
Yes. So Wanda's
yes.
Wanda's gonna be trying because you heard her kids at the end of of her little show, so that leads into Multiverse of Madness 2. She's gonna go hunting for her kids if
Yep.
they're in a different multiverse timeline, whatever, or if
How bonkers do you think they're gonna get with this? Like,
I hope they go just
I
all
see what
out.
he's doing. All out, do it, anything possible. I gotta check on the dog. He's doing something. I don't know.
Okay.
No.
because the thing is with Endgame, I remember when they did New York 2000 whatever, like back in the first Avengers movie. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, they're blowing this out the door when they did
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole time travel thing. So I think if they could keep doing that, it'd be awesome.
You know what I am waiting for when it comes to WandaVision and her kids? I'll be looking forward to the Young Avengers show. Just bring that out there. They already have a bunch of characters in
Yeah.
the MCU that are kids now, and that would be cool. Just a different vibe. But yeah, that's
What about just what's the next Avengers movie gonna be? Because it's not gonna be for 5 years, probably at least.
honestly at this point they're already doing stuff since Civil War where it's like, you know what? It's not even about Captain America. It's not even about this character. It's not about Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's going to be about everybody. They've
Yeah.
established to the point. We've gotten to the point in Marvel where it's literally a comic book each movie where you can bring multiple characters. It's not just one character. It's multiple characters in a single movie. So when you bring out an Avengers movie now, in my mind, I'm thinking you're making an Avengers Endgame movie, not part one, part two. You're making another Avengers Endgame kind of movie.
Yeah,
You could do a part one, part two, but that's literally it. I think at this point,
that's the thing
'Cause-
about making such a movie on like such a grand scale, like Endgame. Is
you
like
got all these characters.
it's
now.
hard to go back. You know, like you've already like been up here. Like you gotta try to go further. You know, it's hard.
Because now it's like if they do an Avengers movie and they say, "Oh, well, we have this team of 5 people," but then I'm getting back in my mind. I'm thinking, well, you had all these other people. Where are they?
What about an
You know.
X-Men TV show?
That'd be cool. I think that might even work better because like
They're in school.
there's all sorts of crazy different characters that they could pull off in there, and like maybe a movie can't do it justice, you know, and plenty of other missions that they could do.
And Deadpool, man. Let's see what Deadpool's gonna do in the MCU. I hope he just is like the next. I was like, somebody said it. I don't know where. Could be my wife. Could be somebody on YouTube. I hope
Chris.
maybe he
Chris.
could be like the next Stan Lee, where he can be in literally every Marvel movie.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Just like hidden somewhere.
oh,
Hey,
they could do anywhere. Yeah, they could do anything. Come on, just do something fun like that.
Yeah.
Bring back his. Oh,
We need to see
love
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in a Wolverine Deadpool movie.
please.
that'd be amazing.
At
Does
this
anybody
point, just do it.
else? Any other Marvel MCU multiverse theories or anything?
X-Men versus Avengers.
That'd be
That-
amazing.
X-Men vs Avengers. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be ridiculous.
Oh,
I think that's it, dude. Honestly, like, other than that, I feel not very creative. Like they're gonna do some stuff that we can't even fathom
Yeah.
because
I
we
think
have
we're
like
all going to the basics of just wanting to see what we
our
haven't.
old heroes.
Yeah, just like bring out the basics onto the screen now that you can do it. I think that's what we're all just looking for. If they do new things, great. But if they can just at least do some of the things we've all been wanting to see for the like last year, then
Yeah,
just
think
do it.
about what we're gonna get with Thor: Love and Thunder. Like
Oh yeah.
what?
With Jane Foster being the next door.
And
That
they-
that could
Incorporating
even
new
be
comics.
that could even be a multiverse thing where she's from a different universe. Because like you're like, look at Jane Foster. Why would she be Thor?
Oh
And
man,
boom.
you're right.
That's why.
It's been in front
That's
of
what's
us this
gonna
whole time.
happen. Oh boy,
Mm-hmm.
it's already happening.
And you're like, why?
It's
But now
already
you
happened.
do.
That's the thing. It's already been happening.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Oh
comes out in 4
man.
months, dude.
They know. They plan this stuff like 5 years in advance.
Okay. I know we're probably almost done here, but could we just say that everybody who likes and loves Spider-Man and they go and they watch this movie in December, and there's a cut off screen, and all we
Yep.
start hearing is that little violin from the old Spider-Man movies, like the old music.
Oh. I think everybody will cry.
Bring the Spider-Mobile.
Yep.
You guys ever hear that?
Finally let that happen. Yep.
That's a real thing. Is there Spider-Man has the car.
That was
Like,
gonna happen.
Bring it, do it. Who cares? You know,
Oh, right.
anything's possible.
Anything is
Spider-Pig.
possible.
So thank you guys for joining me today.
That was
For
fun.
talking about making a comeback episode. We're gonna try to do this every week. Thank you for listening. As you can see, the shows are now going to be around 30 minutes instead of an hour. So next week, join us for the Skyward Sword talk. We're gonna be talking about that along with a little bit of Breath of the Wild 2. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment. Like I said before, maybe tell us about your favorite MCU movie so far. Until next time, GameSide out.